Hello everyone, good to see you again. I hope you're all safe, I hope you're all well. For today's assembly, I thought I would share a very funny story that links with a fantastic art video, an art lesson that Miss Clausen has put on our school website for you all to enjoy. And that lesson is all about a very interesting bird called the blue-footed booby. Now, I know in Miss Clausen's video, she showed you some images and she showed you a map of where the blue-footed boobies live. And here's a reminder of what a blue-footed booby looks like. Here's some more pictures. I love how their feet are so brilliantly blue. This really unusual feature. I find them really, really interesting and fascinating creatures. And I know she also shared with you that blue-footed boobies are Sir David Attenborough's favourite birds, which I thought was particularly cool. Now, the story that inspired Miss Clausen to show you how to draw the blue-footed booby is called How the Booby Got Its Feet, and it's by an author called Joanna Angermeyer. Now, she was inspired by her dad, who left Europe and went to live in the Galapagos Islands before they were known throughout the world. And she took inspiration from his adventures and his journeys and wrote this very funny story. So let's get comfortable, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. On a guano-covered rock that looked like a giant plum pudding, rising out of the Galapagos Sea, lived a colony of booby birds. No one ever visited Booby Rock Island. They did not even know it was there. The boobies fished and preened their feathers. They danced the booby dance, and they raised their chicks. That is all they do, sighed Basil Booby, gazing out to sea. If I were flamboyant or had an amazing talent, everyone would come and say, "What an extraordinary bird!" There he is, imagining what it would be like, what life would be like if he was flamboyant and extraordinary. Basil left Booby Rock Island to find something extraordinary. He flew over Spindley Tree Island and on to Wild Tortoise Island, where he saw something intriguing. A giant tortoise, a sea lion, a penguin, a land iguana, a beetle, 3 finches, 3 crabs, 5 rice rats, and a cat were watching a man dip a brush into wonderful colours he called red and blue. Suddenly, Basil had an idea. When the man went to have his siesta, Basil left a gift of fish. Then, clutching a tin of paint in each foot, he flew off home. The other boobies were impressed with the wonderful colours and at Basil's suggestion began dipping their feet into the paint. Some chose red and some chose blue, but Basil could not decide which colour he liked best. It was not long before boats began to visit. The people were amazed and said, "We must tell everyone about these wonderful birds." Basil was very pleased. Bigger boats arrived, parachutes came down, and submarines came up. Booby Rock became so busy the boobies could no longer fish or preen or dance or raise their chicks. "Do something," the boobies told Basil, "or we will all leave." That night, the Booby Council assembled under the starry sky, and finally, after much discussion, they all said, "Honk, honk, honkety tonk, wheezy whistle, whistle cronk," which in Boobanese means, "These ships are too big, the planes are too loud, we boobies like people, but not a huge crowd. So come to see Bluefoots on Mondays from 6. We'll pose for your cameras, but won't perform tricks. The people were so impressed with the words pecked into the clouds of smoke, they promised to do just as the boobies asked. Spindley Tree Island, where the Redfoots will dwell, will expect you on Fridays. This should work well. Please be very quiet when our booby eggs hatch, and don't scare the fish when our lunch we must catch. Don't play any trumpets or step on our toes. We'll try it like this and see how it goes. The very next day, the Redfoots waved goodbye and flew off to Spindley Tree Island. Sometimes Basil stayed with the Bluefoots, and sometimes he flew to Spindley Tree Island, for you see, he could still not decide if he liked red feet or blue feet best. So he chose one of each, and to this day, if you visit the Galapagos Islands and see a booby with one red foot and one blue foot, well, that will be Basil, a truly extraordinary bird. And that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed that one. It certainly made me giggle when I read it the first time. It's not a story I knew of before Miss Clausen shared it with me. I hope you will go onto the home learning tab on the school website. If you look under art assemblies or the art tab, you will see a video that Miss Clausen created and has posted there on our YouTube channel, and it will explain to you how you can draw your own blue-footed or red-footed booby, or in fact, you could even draw the lovely flamboyant imaginings of Basil. Let's quickly go back to that page. There we go. You might even want to create your own very flamboyant, very extraordinary bird. It's totally up to you, but go and have a look. I'm sure you will enjoy doing some sketching during this lockdown. Just another little fun fact, booby comes from the Spanish word bobo, which means clown. And when the booby birds wave their feet around when they're trying to attract a mate, it looks as though they're wearing clown shoes, big giant clown shoes. So something interesting I learned that was new from that story as well. It's lovely to be with you all, even if, like I said yesterday, it is virtually. I hope you are all taking care, staying safe, keeping warm, and we will see you again very, very soon. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.